everyone, with me I have Indian superstar Grandmaster Sasikiran, and you can see he just won the Rilton Cup Winners' Cup recently. Hello Anna,
Hello, Niranjan.
how are you doing?
All right, yeah. Well, it's a good feeling to win a tournament, and I'm happy to win the Rilton Winners' Cup. Um,
What
Other
does
things are going okay, but although this a lack of OTP tournaments is somewhat difficult to adjust, yeah. But I hope to return to OTP tournaments quite soon, probably at least in the later half of this year, yeah.
okay, that was one of my questions. You answered it already. Thank you. So, what does this win mean to you?
Um, First of all, there is not many opportunities to play tournaments. Yeah, so it's only online events, and I'm quite happy that the organizers of Rilton Cup invited me to this tournament as one of the winners of the previous Rilton tournaments, and just I had a good run in the Asian Nations Online Cup last year,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
where India won the silver medal in the thing. And personally for me, I also got a silver medal in the on
Board
board
prize.
five, yeah, board prize, yeah, silver medal. So in general, it's it's always good to play. I mean, I'm not a kind of person who, like a long gap is not very good for chess players. Yeah, you
Yes.
need to keep playing once in a while. Yeah, so the tournament was a quite welcome break. Yeah, like to play. And I would say in the start of the event, I was kind of very rusty. Yeah,
Okay.
and only from the let's say like from day three onwards, I kind of started to pick up the pace. Yeah.
Okay, so we will go through the games, but before that, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you because this is your first stream with us on chess.com India and
Thank
my
you.
first real interaction with you.
Okay.
So I have seen you in Aerofloat and we just exchanged some wishes like good morning and but this is my real interaction and I mean I'm very happy that I got this chance with you. So thank you for agreeing to do this interview.
Sure.
Okay. So you have the board, and we both can see the same game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I looked at some of your games, and we'll go through all of these games. When it comes to this particular game, the first game, which Guruwich,
Yeah.
um, I must confess that there's one of your games from your Rilton Cup where you played this system with knight c6 and f5, and I have personally benefited a lot by studying that game and also your game against Sam Shankland, I think, in this format with f5.
I.
So I really like this Grand Prix way of playing. And so did you also consider to play this in this particular game, or this is not part of your plan?
It's very hard to say these things because first of all, my opponent Gurevich is not that much in practice. Yeah, so he's not like playing that many tournaments. Of course, he plays a few team championship, but and also his online presence was very limited. Yeah, for instance, he just played one Title Tuesday just
Yeah.
before the event. Yeah, not much at all. So I had the impression that like okay, I had played so many games and quite active in 2019 and till the start of also maybe I played in Gibraltar as well in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was quite active, and so there's a lot of time for him to prepare. Let's say like the pairings were known at least more than like 10 days before.
Uh-huh.
So there was a lot of time for him to prepare, and then when basically not many games for my opponent. Yeah, so I thought maybe it makes a better idea to to play something more solid and then try to get something with white pieces. Yeah,
So when I looked at this
this is
game,
this
yeah.
is definitely a risky way of playing the stuff. Yeah, like this f5. Yeah, although it was I had some decent results, but it was quite a risky way of playing this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But I personally enjoyed this employing this in a tournament and also in a lot of Blitz games online. And I
Yeah,
got to,
probably it's a very good idea for Blitz. Yeah, it's you can play very quickly, and it depends. Yeah, I mean, if you like some kind of Dutch structures,
yes.
then it's quite a fighting system. Yeah.
So for me, I think the first critical position was here after Castle. But do you have any interesting moments that you would like to put some light
Um,
on?
um, Castle, yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay, I think this is all. I prepared until this stuff. Yeah, head 6 was kind of required because I was hoping to stop some knight g5 and d4 tricks. Kind of. It's not exactly could happen in this way, but I was hoping to stop knight g5. Yeah, in many cases, and if, for instance, sometimes I could go bishop f5 and after knight h4 something like you can go bishop h7, yeah, if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that this is a great plan, but just in case to have the options open, yeah.
So I saw that in the post match you suggested, like you said that here maybe knight a5 was okay, but maybe bishop g4 was also interesting.
Bishop g4 is certainly, I still think bishop g4 is simply a better idea, yeah.
And what
Now
did
the
you
point
have?
is like after bishop g4,
Yeah.
something like queen d7, yeah. I mean this position is quite solid, yeah. And next move, I can change the light colored bishops. Actually, I'm kind of making more than all right, yeah, even in such cases. Basically, I find that the only piece that, the bishop on g2 is kind of nagging it. Yeah, all the other pieces actually I'm quite comfortable with, yeah.
Yeah.
So once I go bishop h3, I am kind of doing quite all right, yeah.
Yeah. So I think
So
black.
bishop probably would have been a better choice, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this was one question I had as to what did you consider apart from that. Then I think otherwise the position was always balanced, isn't it? In this game, there's nothing.
Yes, not so much, but I had the. If you can move a little bit,
Yeah.
for instance, this point, c4, bishop d7. This is okay. Bishop d2, knight c6, e3. I think f5 is a very risky choice. Yeah, considering that I could simply go bishop f8.
Yes. You also mentioned
Just,
this.
just keeping the position. You have a normal position and then keep playing. Yeah, it's.
So something like this.
Something like that, something like this. It's ready to play f5 only when I can actually change like go ahead bishops. Yeah, for instance, now f5 maybe, and after knight d2, probably something like knight d8. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this was interesting. So f5. Did your opponent have any chance after that?
No, here the bishop c3 was not okay. Even bishop c3 is all right. I think after queen d7, there was one particular move which was very annoying. Queen a4. Yeah.
The idea being that you cannot move your knight.
I cannot move the knight. And for instance, if I change queens, basically I have no chance of creating any attack. And he has this plan with rook of d1 and simply going rook at b1, yeah.
b1, okay.
b1, yeah. And then go a4, a5, yeah. It's a very straightforward plan, yeah. So once it's a little bit of also, I think this queen a4 is quite annoying in the sense sometimes white can also think of rook a e1 and f4 kind of ideas.
Yeah.
Try to get in queen a4 was quite an annoying move to get in. Yeah, because also if you move the knight, a7 is hanging in some cases. Yeah.
Yes, and also a good opportunity for me to mention that this time control was 15 plus 10, right?
Yeah, this was 15 plus 10. Yeah.
So the first play 15 plus 10. If the score is tied, then you go to 5 plus 3.
Yes, and then the Armageddon.
Yeah. Okay. So then I think after your opponent did not go queen f4, he went with a4. So
yeah. No, here I think already black is quite all right. Yeah, I mean once I got this knight e6 position.
Yeah.
It is. I think I was quite happy already.
Yeah.
And somehow maybe e4 was perhaps not required by him. Maybe a5 was a better chance, but I guess he wanted to stop b5. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. Okay, so e4. Okay, you cannot really stop b5, but this portion already I think black is more than comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he cannot take on f4, and I'm kind of trying to play rook f8 and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, this is never, you're never in trouble here. And the
Yeah.
game ended in a draw, the first one.
Yeah, but there is still some chances to go on, yeah, because bishop x3, queen f7, and bishop c8 is quite a strong move here, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm threatening knight d4 trick, yeah. So after AB,
Okay.
he went back bishop g2. Yeah, here I played. I mean, it's typical of a rapid game. You want to eliminate some weakness and get the rook active and so on. But h5 is a very good chance here.
h5.
Yeah.
And what is the idea?
No, idea is to just take on g3 and then play h4 and then get the knight f4 square. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And then I'm coming into rook e6, rook g6. It's not easy to to defend this attack. I think. Yeah. I mean, it was quite promising at least.
So a sample line is, let's say, rook fb1. You want to take and play h4.
Takes and play f4, for instance.
Yeah, and bishop e1 is met by knight d4.
Yeah, knight d4. Okay, in general, I think black has very strong initiative here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knight f4. Yeah. So then rook e6, rook g6.
Yeah, this would have been very nice.
Yeah, this is very good chances. Yeah. I think you should probably go somewhere like if you wanted to go probably queen f2 or something. I think
on h5.
On h5, yeah.
So on fg3.
Yeah, and then h4 probably
bishop d2.
Maybe bishop d2, yeah, something like this, yeah.
Yeah, but you're on the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm kind of making some progress, but I'm not really sure it was so good. But at least it was a better. I think it was a better way, especially if you're putting some pressure on the opponent. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, queen f2 is not very obvious kind of move. Yeah. So
yeah.
Some small pressure. Maybe it's probably still equal, but b5 kind of okay. But during the game, I was not really. In the sense, okay, I mean, this was my first game with black, and I'm playing after quite a long time, yeah. And I mean, I last played in October, I believe, and then the next game is almost like 2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of rustiness for sure, yeah. So I just want to eliminate this weakness, and then okay, if some chance presents itself, maybe I can pick it up later on, yeah. So bishop d7. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, even here, I think the queen c7 was a clear mistake, yeah, for sure, yeah. I think still I had this possibility of going h5, I believe, yeah. I mean, just in case, yeah.
h5 here also.
Maybe. I'm not completely sure, but it's still possible, yeah.
So would you consider d3 as a weakness now?
Little bit, maybe. Not so much, maybe just a bit. The idea is like maybe once you get knight f4, I'm attacking d3, yeah. So maybe it is, yeah. So that is kind of.
So it's like this move h5 is provoking maybe a second weakness or trying to get a second.
Something, yeah. I mean, something to play for, yeah. Because queen c7 did basically nothing, yeah. He was anyway going to put the bishop on f2, yeah, and then control the squares, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was, I think here already is nothing serious, probably after rook c1 and bishop f2, yeah.
Yeah. So then this position I thought was equal, and you also shared that in the post-match interview.
Yeah, here probably nothing, yeah.
So this was first game, and in the second game you were playing white.
Yeah.
And let me get that. So you were playing on the same day. So the games were like right after.
No. This was played on the next day. Yeah. For a day, and then there was a break, and then I was playing the next day. Yeah.
Okay.
It was not exactly immediately. Yeah.
Okay, so you were right.
I had a little bit of time to prepare, but honestly speaking, I was not sure what to expect. Yeah. I mean, the guy, he has not played for quite a while. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw that in two of your white games against Gurvich, you changed somewhere here. In one game, you took dc5, and
no, I think both games I went 92, I believe. Yeah.
Not here. I think after a moment. One moment. Let me get that.
No, the other game was when he took on d4. Yeah, cd4. Yeah. This was the Armageddon. Yeah.
Okay. So I probably put a different game. Yeah, let me paste the other one. Okay. So 92. So you can see that within that game itself, I have added your other game here. I mean, 10th move b5. So in one game you played a3 and in another game you played dc5, correct?
Uh, yeah, in this position, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so, yeah. And on a later game, I think I played DC, yeah, because I had a little bit of time to check between the games, yeah.
So do you have anything to share about this particular game?
I think DC is more a normal move because first of all, I need to make some kind of development with the on the king side, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then after DC, I get the square knight to D4, and in this position, it's kind of I would say it is more easier to play
Play as white.
white, yeah. I mean, you just put your pieces and then you wait for your opponent, and also what happened in the game? I think even did he go bishop d7? Okay,
Yeah, he went bishop d7, then he went rook c8.
yeah, yeah. Castles. I already castled. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just castle. Yeah. So yeah, rook c1, queen here. No, I guess at some point he needs to decide what to do with the knight. Yeah, on
c5.
yeah, and knight on c5, and somehow I had the impression that I could also try going for the king side, yeah, with h4, h5, and so on. That's what actually happened in the game.
Yeah, you did go for
And
h1, h5.
no, he's just improving the position and then trying to get. No, I think that at this point maybe it was already a little bit of equality and not so much. Yeah.
So you're saying this position is equal. Can you explain
But
why?
I would say the position is probably equal, but the question was like I somehow I felt it could be easier to play white. Yeah, just
Like that. Okay.
yeah,
Then, so you
yeah.
were leading
That's,
on the clock also. I saw the timestamp. So
yeah.
you were having like slightly more than your opponent, and
Yeah, that's yeah. Queen a6 is the nice move. I think yeah. Just once I change queens, I have some small chances. Yeah, but okay. The thing was here. I am trying to bring the king slowly towards the center, perhaps.
yeah. So instead
And
of bishop d3.
yeah, bishop d3 is fine too. Yeah, I think this exchange. I mean, I'm not saying that it is winning or something, but at least I'm creating some small chances because once I change dark color bishops, I can always target b4 and then g7. Yeah,
So
little bit.
objectively, what
I'm
do you
not saying
think?
it's probably drawn anyway, but just a small chance to just continue playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So this game you won, and I want to ask because there was no mention about what happened in that game. There were 18 moves played in that game, and it shows that you lost on time. So what really happened in that game?
At some point, I completely I tried to make knight f5 at the point, but I didn't reach serve, I think.
One moment. I think
I
I couldn't.
completely should have just or it was probably too slow. Yeah, at that point. This it's a normal position, but comparatively to other games, this game I was playing really slow. Yeah, because I was trying to remember the theory with a4. Yeah, and it was certainly not easy. Yeah.
So it's not disconnection.
It is not disconnection. Yeah, I think I simply lost on time on this game. Yeah.
Okay. So that means you had to now play the tiebreaker, right? After this loss.
Yeah, Armageddon. Yeah. No, here I was trying to play knight f5, but it was not quick enough. Yeah. Even though there was 3 seconds improvement. Yeah. I mean increment. Yeah. Just and before I could execute knight f5, I kind of lost on time. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's fairly good compensation. Yeah. For black.
Yeah, I feel black
And
has
knight is
active
coming
pieces.
b3 and so on. Yeah. So yeah.
So if I play something like rook f3, you have this.
At least I have knight h4 and two bishops. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other plan is to get b5, b4. Yeah. Trying to get the rook active. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is also nice. Yeah, so this game you lost, but then you had this Armageddon. So in
Yeah.
Armageddon, I think you were just way too fast, and I want to ask you this about
Well,
Armageddon.
it's very hard to say, but I think I played the game quite all right. But at one point, I missed clearly a good chance. Yeah,
Yeah, could you tell us where?
Yeah, there was one position. This position is all right. I mean, all this is fine. At some point, there was this move. When his bishop was on, yeah, this position. This is all fine, I think. But there was one moment here. Yeah, here. Yeah, King C5 was a mistake. Yeah, I could go F5. Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, yeah.
I'm sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay.
I think we are back.
Yeah.
Let me just check how the stream is going. Yeah, we are okay now.
Yeah.
So
here F5, yeah. I mean, this was clearly a good chance I missed, yeah. And now if he takes on F5 with G pawn, let's say, and then I just go G6, yeah, and then takes just King E6, yeah, and I'm coming King King E6 and King F6, and I think in time double, I think it's very difficult to defend this one, yeah, and especially he's running low on time, yeah, at this point.
So did you see this during the game or?
No. This was after game analysis. Yeah, just.
Okay, nice. F5 and G6. Yeah, this was a nice moment. Oh, and what do you prefer? Like you have played, I think, 2 Armageddons in this entire event.
Yeah. Generally, I prefer the one with more time. Yeah, I think it's especially in the online events. Yeah, where you have more time and a good internet connection. It's quite possible to flag your opponent. Yeah.
And on the board?
I mean, it's not the ideal thing to do. But 2 minutes. This was played. I had like 5 minutes. Started with 5 minutes. He had only 3 minutes. Yeah. I felt that 2 minutes is a big disadvantage. Yeah. At least like 1 minute. You know, we are kind of all right. Yeah.
So was this like a special rule for this event, like 5 or 3?
This was by the organizers, yeah, like 5 minutes for white and 3 minutes for black, and white needs to win, yeah. So the standard Armageddon rules, but the 2 minutes difference, yeah.
Okay, that was new. I didn't know that. Okay, so you qualified and then...
After this F5, I think it was. Probably this child was already drawn, yeah. And here I had to play C4 because I kind of realized that I made my last pawn move in somewhere in C3, yeah.
Yeah.
40, yeah. And 50 move rules will soon come into effect, yeah.
Okay.
So I had to avoid it, yeah. So I had to exchange one more pawn, and this position is just probably drawn, yeah, after C4.
Yeah. So it's good you got C4 and you won.
Well, I mean, it's nothing good, but okay, I have to play something, yeah, and then this keep at least exchange this pawn, and then I can still play 50 more moves, yeah. It's not. I would say it is not the ideal way to win, like flag one's opponent, but this is the only way for me to stay in the tournament, yeah.
Yeah. So then you played against Yuri Yakovich, and then the first 2 games ended. First game ended in a draw. Second game also ended in a draw.
Yeah, but the second game I was completely winning. Yeah, and I was clearly upset that I missed this chance. Yeah, can you have a this game? Yeah.
I saw that the rook into C3 was a pattern in your match against Yuri.
Yeah, I was very lucky to survive two rook into C3s. Yeah, just and.
So you mean this game in particular?
This game was quite good for me. I mean, all this was preparation until A5, yeah. And
Okay.
after queen 8, bishop E4 is quite strong, and then knight G5. I'm winning the pawn here on E4, yeah. Simply, yeah. And then next move is knight C3, and then he can't really stop from winning. I mean, it's at least a pawn. Yes, 2 bishops compensation, but it's still a pawn, yeah. And the bishop on G7 is not doing so great, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
he
it
went
already,
wrong. Like he fell into
yeah,
your prep.
yeah, he fell into my prep. But actually, also that I was having quite a lot of time at this point as well. And only in this moment I started to think. Yeah, in fact, for f6, I was considering to whether to first take on f6 and then to take on e4. But later I thought maybe it was better to do it directly. Yeah, because the bishop on e5 might hang in some of the lines. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this position is like completely winning for me. Yeah, and I was quite upset that I missed a win in this one. For instance, after this, knight c5, bishop d5, takes knight d7. I'm just winning. Yeah, because after rook f5, I simply have g4. Yeah, so
Yeah. G4.
g4 just wins. Yeah, piece. Yeah, so
Rook has nowhere.
yeah, so after knight c2. Here, my initial impression was to just to take on f8, which is what I should have done here.
Okay.
I mean,
Then
the point was like after knight d1, knight f8, knight d1, and then come back knight d7. Yeah. Now it's just this piece is hanging, and e1 is hanging as well. Rook d8, I have knight f6 check. Yeah, just winning the exchange. Yeah.
wow, that's nice. Yeah. So this was your big chance, but you played 95 and then you went for two pieces
I
versus
thought
rook.
maybe 95 was a bit simpler because just keep the two pieces and then keep everything protected. Somehow win quite easily. Yeah. And I think b4 was quite a strong move. Yeah. If I played something like rook c2, then I simply go b4. Yeah. And then just to put my bishop on c5 is just winning for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then how did
So
this game end in a
b4.
draw?
No, somehow it's still actually good for me at this point. I think I went knight d5, rook b5. Here, I think it was necessary for me to go knight c7, yeah, and then continue playing, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's still two pieces for the rook, and it's a good position for me. But rook d1 is just a blunder, yeah.
Ah, okay. The pin. The pin is
Yeah,
the
I'm
thing.
just caught in the pin, and then after knight e7, king f7, I really can't do much, yeah, because of the background, yeah.
Background. Okay.
Yeah, so this was a big blunder. Yeah, I mean, after knight d5, rook b5, just go knight c7, and still I have good chances to win. Yeah, and
Yeah.
after this, it was well. I think the position is still all right, but he's the one who can actually play for a win.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is there.
but okay, here I think it's quite difficult. Yeah, because once I plonk the bishop on b6 and avoid the exchange of rooks, I don't think the position is anything serious. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you
I
should
mean,
be
this is
able
what
to
actually
hold it.
happened in the game. Rook d7, bb6, rook b5. Now it's important that I avoid the exchange of rooks. Yeah. So, and then I just like g3, king g2. It looks more like a fortress to me. Yeah.
Yeah, because F2 can never be in danger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of protected. Yeah.
So then after this game, you
Yeah.
played another one. So this was again a gap, or you had to play this on the same day?
No, this is on the same day. Yeah. So this is already on the same day. Yeah.
So let me get that game in which rook into c3 happened, a common
Yeah.
exchange
Yeah. Yeah.
sacrifice. So were you expecting him to play rook into c3?
No, definitely not. Yeah, otherwise I would not have allowed this. I mean, I was thinking he was going to play Queen C7 next. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I mean, at least this is what I should have done. Yeah. For instance, I was thinking about going A4 at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and if Queen C7, something like maybe even something like Bishop D5, but I'm not sure about Bishop D5. Maybe now go back a little bit. But I think the position is already quite comfortable for
For
him. Yeah.
black, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not. I think I messed it up somewhere here. Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably here maybe I had to go somewhere else. Yeah, the position is not very. It's easy for him to play in blitz. Yeah, but certainly Bishop B3 is not the move. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I can play A4, Queen C7, maybe just move the bishop back, but it's still.
much better.
I mean, better. Okay, I don't know. I mean, for instance, he has knight c5 and so on. It's easier for him to play, more like it. For instance, bishop a2 can go knight c5, and then I have to play some move like knight d2 or knight d5.
How about a move like bishop a6 and saying, okay, I have no advantage?
Yeah, but bishop a6 takes and knight c5. Yeah, probably then I can come back queen e2. Yeah, at least
Yeah.
it's quite possible. Yeah, I mean, I just play this position. Yeah, I have no advantage basically, and now knight c5 probably go queen b7 and something like rook e1. It's a little bit slow, but at least it's keeps me in the game. Yeah, bishop e3 was terrible. Yeah,
Yeah, after bishop b3, there came rook c3 followed by knight e4, and yeah, this.
no, this is collapse. Yeah, simply. I mean, it's a surprise that actually I managed to make a few more moves. Yeah.
Okay. Then you bounce back with a win in this system, which is Grunfeld. How would you call it? You played this.
No, bounce back. Okay, I mean the position is probably drawn and finally managed to win on time. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
what was
here
it?
maybe black is quite all right in this line. Yeah, because just maybe even slight initiative. Yeah. But I misplayed this even this. Yeah, just. Uh,
So I saw that for a major part of this game, you were quite patient and you were provoking some committal moves from your opponent in this game.
yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
And then,
Knight knight g5, 96, and so on. Yeah.
so this knight d6
Maybe,
tactics
maybe,
here.
maybe it makes sense to take on e5 here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah,
You mean after queen e3 to play?
after queen e3, maybe to take. Yeah, I was not entirely sure because I had the impression that he might even simply take queen takes e5 and then just takes rook e5. Yeah, and even if he get knight d4, then he's going rook e7, and it might be enough play. Yeah.
Okay, but you went b5.
Yeah, but I simply missed knight g6. Yeah, I mean, if you're missing that kind of simple tactic, if you're really
Yeah,
bad shape. Yeah, and I was quite lucky to win this game actually.
yeah. So I saw that later you had this position where it's like one pawn versus one pawn, but you had this bishop and you had this g3 target. So somehow you were quite fast
Yeah,
to.
but okay, this should be drawn somehow. Like I was just playing fast and okay, at least the last portion I'm kind of pawn up, but it's still just a draw. Yeah, so even if you get somewhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
after
but yeah.
that, you had Armageddon, but on the same day, right?
Yeah, the Armageddon was on the same day. Yeah.
So did you feel this deja vu coming up when you played rook into c3 again?
Well, but this was preparation. Yeah, like this was part of my preparation. I had prepared this line, and
Okay.
I mean, I simply forgot my preparation after this. Yeah, knight e4. My preparation was bishop h4, and
Knight
after knight
c3.
c3, queen d3, knight e2, rook e1. Yeah, this was all my pre-game prep. Yeah.
Wow. Knight e2 rook.
So here, I think the position is something like, let's say if I go knight c6 or something, and then just take on e2, and then the game goes on. Yeah, it's kind of unclear, but I think white is having a little bit easier position. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you would evaluate it.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, during the game, I simply forgot and blundered with bishop d2. Yeah, and after simply knight d2, black is just winning. Yeah, queen d2, knight takes b3. Yeah,
okay.
just this was terrible. Yeah. And I think he missed knight c3. But after this, the game again starts again. Yeah, it was not that easy. Yeah.
So, but I think
So
white was never in danger after that.
no, still this bishop c4 was a blunder. Yeah, knight c4, rook c4, d5 was just better for him. Yeah,
Oh,
because if I take queen d5, rook d8 is coming, and then I have background problems. Yeah.
this I also overlooked. D5, if I move the rook to let's say C1.
Yeah, somewhere if I let's say if I move the rook somewhere to c2 or something. No, the point is something like this position. You always have this d pawn to watch out for. Yeah, I'll just play rook d8, king g7. And it's much more easier to play black, yeah, especially
Yeah,
in this game, yeah, like Armageddon, yeah.
yeah. So, but again, this
So
was also 5 versus 3.
this was a 5 versus 3, yeah.
So then I like the end. I think there comes a point where,
No, after queen d5, I think the position became messy, yeah. I think this point it was already not so easy, yeah,
yeah,
because now all the squares are controlled. There is no entry for the black queen, and I'm kind of improving with h4, h5, and so on, yeah.
And when did these games usually begin? In the evenings or in the early
It
morning?
was quite late in the evening, and this was already a little bit. I mean, the second game started at 9:30 in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
and the blitz games I think even later. Yeah,
Oh,
probably somewhere around. So it started at 9:30, and this was around 6 or so 10:30. It was the blitz games were starting at 10:30,
mm-hmm.
and the Armageddon something close to 11:15. Yeah.
Okay, so you adjusted your sleeping cycle accordingly.
Well, actually, I was not so easy for me this to play so late into the night. Yeah, I'm kind of a morning person. Yeah,
Is
and
that the reason why you don't
I, I
play?
I wake up very early in the morning, like 6:30, and it is very hard to to uh, to be up at late at night, and it was a very tough feeling, especially when you're blundering pieces. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like C3, I just blundered in at the first game, and then it was. But okay, I mean, I quite lucky, and I was quite happy that I managed to fight out of it. Yeah.
So in your next game, I had a question. You
Yeah.
played the semi-slav against Ekeson Ralph.
Yeah.
So in this position after Rook A D1, you were playing black. So you played Rook C8, and
Yeah.
according to the base, Queen E7 has been played before.
Yeah,
So,
Queen E7, Rook C8, all. I think it's more or less the same position. Yeah. Uh,
okay. So
I mean, but the point is sometimes you can put the rook on d8. It's not so easy to decide where exactly to place the rook, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
So
the queen as well, yeah. So rook c8 is okay, but after rook c8, I think rook of e1. It was important that I play c5 at this point, yeah.
C5. Okay, I was
Yeah,
considering you played G6, but you're saying C5.
e5, bishop a6. But here black has one particularly nice trick. Yeah, bishop takes a6, queen takes a6, cd4. Yeah.
Hmm.
And after knight d4, I have this bishop d4, yeah, and it's black is actually quite active, yeah, here.
Okay. So if I play a move like Rook C1.
Can I go knight d4 at this point?
Yeah.
Just some tricks, yeah, probably.
Something like this. Knight takes D5, take on. No, I won't take
No, no,
on.
no, take on e1, yeah. So no, it was not possible, yeah.
Then something like
Knight
this.
c5, yeah. No, no, bishop f2. You have knight e7 checkmate. Yeah,
So
maybe not.
something, maybe first play Knight DC5.
No, maybe knight dc5 first, yeah. After knight, yeah, I could do knight dc5, yeah.
Yeah, this is like a lot of play.
No, this is, I mean, it's a lot of play, and I think black is probably not worse because now you have to do something about this, yeah. Like rook is hanging, and then knight is also hanging, yeah.
Okay, so C5 you saw it later.
No, this was a post-game analysis, yeah. Just
Okay.
not during the game. No, I was considering c5 during the game, but I missed this cd4 and bishop e4 trick, yeah.
Okay, this was important.
Yeah, this is very important to have this counterplay. Yeah. Otherwise, after queen a6, I have some problems defending a7. You have knight d5 coming. Yeah.
And here, what if your opponent had played H3? What did you have in mind?
I really don't know, to be honest. I probably would have. No, g6 is a kind of a normal move to avoid this bishop f5 stuff. Yeah. I mean, there is always the CD, ED, bishop f5, and then bishop is going to h3 and g3, bg2 kind of plans in these positions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was probably, I guess I had to go c5 at this point anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, because both sides were doing the waiting game. I thought, what if white waits further?
Yeah, I think also g6 is it's a little bit of a risky move, but because you have this bishop breaking down the diagonal, but sometimes the knight is kept out of f5. Yeah, so I mean, for instance, after cd4, knight d4, white does not have knight f5 anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe it's all right. Yeah, I could have probably gone c5. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. So this game you won. Did you have any important moment to show us in this game?
I think this game was Queen c7 was really a bad move. I should probably go Queen e7 and still maintain a decent position. Yeah, because the point is after e5 I have knight f3 check. Yeah,
Yeah, Queen
and
f3, Queen
there is
e1.
no Queen f3, Queen e1 is made. So Queen e7 was still possible to have a normal position. Queen c7 is a clear mistake, and after cd5 I think he's probably just winning. Yeah, maybe winning is too strong, but still I don't see any other
Like
words.
he's on top.
At least, yeah. For instance, no, I thought this portion might be holdable, but after d6 was just quite good for him. And
Yeah.
here maybe at least Queen d7, Queen d8, Knight a4, c5 takes. Here this position, yeah. Here he went Knight c4, and I went Rook a8, f3, Bishop a6. Here he could simply go Knight e3. Yeah, this is very good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, pawn on
I
pass
mean,
pawn.
basically, this he has a lot of tricks going on here, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
passer is like way too strong, yeah. I would say even if he can manage to change, let's say knight d5 or something, and then after takes rook d5 and getting e5 and so on, yeah. Slowly,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of being pushed off the board, yeah.
So, but
A lot of plans for white, yeah.
he went
And
knight b2.
huh?
He went bishop d3 and knight b2.
No, bishop d3 was a mistake, yeah. After knight d3, I think white is just clearly winning, yeah. Here.
Yeah.
So bishop d3, the mistake was now the pawn on d6 is lacking protection, so I went b5, and now he's losing this pawn on d6, yeah.
Yeah, after b5.
No, after this, I think black is quite alright, because I think his king is a little bit weaker, yeah, than my king. My king is a bit safer, yeah. There's no h pawn, yeah.
Yeah. So that is how
So
you
that
won
was, yeah.
against
So
Alexon.
knight h5, queen g5, queen g5, rook d6. Yeah, queen g5, rook d6, queen c5. Here already, I think black is doing quite alright. And after queen d8, I think he should simply take on d8, and then after rook d8, just go a4 and then try to make a draw. Yeah, this was
Yeah.
probably the best chance for him. Yeah.
But this was his first game, right?
Yeah, this was the first game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now queen g4 was just a mistake already. I think it's black is just winning after rook c5. Yeah, because the bishop c8 is very strong a threat.
Ah,
The queen
this
is
is a threat.
make trouble. Yeah.
Wow. The queen has no square.
Yeah, it's here. I think it's already a big problem because e5. I think I already have rook d4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then rook h4, queen d4.
Many ideas. Yeah, like maybe you can still go bishop e4 or something. But bishop e4 also there is bishop c8. Yeah, so it's already some problems. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice to vacate the square and then bishop c8 is coming. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
dangerous. So you won this game, then you drew the next game with white pieces. So that was enough for you to go into the finals.
I think in the last position I was still much better. I kind of the draw was enough to go for me to the final. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
it
kind
makes-
of went to a draw. Yeah.
Then coming to your game against Alexander Shimanov, you
I
were
think
black.
the final were the games where I played much better than the previous ones. Yeah, because somehow there was this gap between the semi-final and the final. Yeah, there was 2 days gap. Yeah,
Okay.
and it was very. And these 2 days I really spent more like resting myself. Yeah, and then recharging my batteries. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I did not
and-
see you in any danger in these two games.
Yeah, I think it was a decent idea, especially these rapid games. I feel that more like you should be in a good, physical and mental shape rather than the accuracy of the
Moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense like, you should play something, that do not make any serious mistakes and just keep playing quickly, and then it's pressure on your opponent. Yeah. So, yeah, that's more like the strategy for playing
these
rapid games. Yeah. Yeah.
And in this game, did you expect your opponent to go wild and aggressive with g4?
No, once he played 95, I was already kind of thinking maybe this guy is going to go g4. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So I think g4 is quite strong. Yeah.
So you see that as a good move for white?
Yeah, I think it's quite reasonable. Yeah, because I'm not able to create any counterplay in the center. Yeah, so why not? Yeah.
Okay, and then where do you think the game changed in your favor
I
completely?
think 93, knight b6. Here I was not sure about c5. Yeah,
He,
I
he,
would
he did play
say
c5.
no. He played c5, which is a kind of I would say something like knight f4. Maybe it's probably interesting. Yeah.
And if I
Sorry,
move,
not knight f4. No, for instance, maybe h4 even. Yeah, it's a bit of a risky move, but maybe it's all right. Yeah.
so if I take this pawn,
Probably I have some tricks here. Just knight f4 maybe.
okay. So if I move back, you will just take with the knight.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. It's a lot of activity. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's. And also, I'm trying to get in some h5 at some point. Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the first time I have also seen this ne5 g4 in this setup. I haven't seen
Yeah,
this before.
which maybe I can go bishop d5, but e4 it's all very shaky. Yeah, everything is hanging. Yeah, yeah, and then probably I just get some competition. So just that's probably all right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So maybe
this,
h4, yeah. Somehow I had this impression that after c5, it was kind of easy for me to open the queen side with b6 next, yeah.
correct. So now b6 will come, then
Here
eventually,
I think I'm already quite alright, yeah. Because I'm coming very quickly, yeah. And then if he takes on b6, queen b6 and c5, yeah. So,
okay, you're saying this.
yeah. Yeah, and the next move is c5, yeah.
So he went b4, you exchange this,
Okay,
and
okay.
at many moments, like you were repeating, so you were okay with the draw in this game.
I think draw with black is a fair result, but uh, at some point when I had opportunity to play knight of e4, knight d4, I should have played. Yeah, I
Right.
mean I was quite happy to make a draw, like okay, and then try with the white pieces. Yeah, I mean let's
Yeah, that's
move.
a good
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah, just here. Yeah, for instance, yeah, here at this point, the knight d4 is actually much better for black. Yeah, because if he takes on e4, I get this bishop to come out. Yeah, like. I mean, I can just put the bishop on d5 sometime, and then maybe I have access to b3 square and so on. A lot
Yeah.
of moves is possible, yeah.
So this was
And
your
basically, he's not having any play, yeah. Even if he manages to, open the, let's say, even if he take HG, and even if he manages to get to rook h1 and queen h4, it's not really doing that much, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, his bishop on g7 is quite a good defender, yeah.
Yeah. So this was like you
So,
you won against him in 15 plus 10 format itself. So there was no need of another game, right?
yeah, yeah. But I was like, okay. I mean, I kind of repeated moves here, and okay. I mean, okay, draw is fine for me. And then I was hoping to, try with the white pieces. Yeah.
And then in this game, I think the mistake
He
happened.
blundered with he blundered with rook h1. Yeah. Here,
Okay.
I just after knight c3 is just winning for me. Yeah.
Yeah, this once g4 falls, the position falls.
Yeah. This is, and also okay. The light squares are too weak to have any kind of. I mean, if you have a king on g2 and you don't have a light colored bishop, then it's going to be really bad. Yeah, even if you don't have it. Yeah.
And then in your next game, I like one particular moment very much. I'm coming to that. Here, after queen d2. But before that, do you have anything to say about the moves before queen d2?
Queen d2, I'm not really sure because afterwards I was surprised. Yeah, this is quite an unexpected trick. Yeah.
Huh. Okay, if I take, you're going to play,
I just take simply
and then this.
and queen check. Yeah. And then I just take, and now I cannot take because of queen d6 winning a piece. Yeah.
Okay. So you saw this after you played queen d2?
No, I mean this is all post-game analysis. Yeah, I was playing very quickly. Yeah, I mean after d5 I have to play something like queen f4. Yeah, and get the game goes on. Yeah.
Okay. So what I really liked about this game is after e5, you bring all these three pieces into the attack, one after the other.
Yeah. Okay. I mean it's a kind of position that I have like this two pawn islands and is against his three. So basically, any point of time they change queens, he's having a lot of trouble here because I control this f5 And then I have this. Sorry, no, control the F5 with the king. Yeah, I mean, is basically his entry point is via F2 or something. I
Yeah.
can simply put the king on G3 or G1. And then when my rook comes to D2, and then there is also other plans to to harass uh, black on the queen side as well. Yeah, I mean if it goes in endgame, it's kind of very difficult for him. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he is kind of in this position. It's quite difficult to handle. Yeah.
So that is why I used like refraining from exchanging.
No, he was refraining from exchanging queens. For instance, let's say queen had 6 or something. Yeah, I mean then take and rook D2. The position is actually quite easy for me to play. Yeah, and then even bring the king to E3 or maybe getting some A3 D4
Yeah.
kind of.
So then I like this move very much. Knight D1
Oh,
and
knight
then
D1, quite a nice move. Yeah, and then just if you go E4, I can just put the queen on F4 and block with knight E3. Yeah.
yeah. So in just two moves, the position completely changed. I felt.
Yeah, here I think white is probably just much better. Yeah, I mean maybe even close to winning. Yeah,
Yeah. So he went
because
wrong with
yeah,
bishop
yeah, he
E4.
went wrong with bishop E4, but even without bishop E4, let's say something he goes with rook F7 or something. I think I can probably just take maybe,
Or maybe even knight F5
or
or
even knight F5. But maybe I can probably just take. Yeah, how does he defend this position? For instance,
like queen F7.
queen F7, I go knight F5. I thought. Yeah.
Then queen then D6 is falling. Yeah.
D6 is falling. Yeah.
Then knight F5.
Yeah, knight F5. I guess I'm not sure, entirely sure that it might work, but just I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah, and also they say that queen and knight is a deadly combination.
Yeah, it's a good combination. Yeah. But even no, this game he was under a little bit of pressure
Pressure.
because he had to make he need to win with the black pieces. Yeah. So many times he was kind of avoiding the exchange of
Queens, yeah.
queens. I mean, previously I thought this position, this here, I thought the bishop g6 was a great idea, but at this point, yeah, now I think f5 is much easier life, yeah. And after knight if just f6, and simply I can load up on f7, yeah. For instance, after this position. No, during the game I thought this might be all right for him, but after this bishop h5 is coming next, it's going to be very tough for him, yeah.
Yeah, this could have been even better with all the
Yeah, even
pressure.
better, yeah. Yeah.
Great. So then later you were able to win with this nice tactic with knight f6 check. If
Yeah,
your
yeah,
opponent
right.
took, but then this is lost.
Yeah, this is just lost. Yeah, rook h6 is made. Yeah, so I'm just winning. Yeah.
So we did a quick overview of your games. I have some more questions. So what quality of yours helped you win the games? What do you think?
Uh, I was just fighting on. Yeah, like there were very tough moments, especially when I allowed this rook c3. I was like completely. How
Yeah.
can I? So it's you have this impression, yeah. And then also you have to win with the black, and that's I mean this was against Yakovic. Yeah, win with black, and I reach a position where each player has one rook, minor piece, and one pawn each.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like okay, what did I do? Yeah, I mean there were so many pieces on the board, and I managed to reach this position. I just kept on playing. Yeah, no, I think just it was. I am trying to, like, okay, just stay in the tournament as long as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
the
that
first,
was
no, the thing was, if you're in really bad shape, especially when I was in the first 2 days, yeah,
Mhm.
I was not quite very rusty at all. Only towards the later half of the tournament, I kind of picked up the pace, and then to play something normal, yeah, not blunder rook into c3 twice on the same
yeah,
day, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
So just hanging on, I mean, fighting. That was one this thing, and what else?
I think that sums up.
At some point, I realized that it was more important for me not to prepare too much.
Too
Yeah,
much. To remain
yeah,
fresh.
and, yeah, to stay fresh. Yeah, and just to this was I think the main point, yeah, to realize that you have to be more fresh rather than be better prepared or something. Yeah? Even if you're better prepared, if you're not able to handle some normal positions on the board,
Yeah.
it practically becomes useless. Yeah.
And like you have been playing online, I see that just when the Title Tuesday is about to begin, you usually log off. So the time is the reason you don't play most of the Title Tuesday events.
Yeah, I mean the time has been changed to 11:30 now. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It will come
and
back. It will come back to 10:30
no,
probably.
at least when it was 9:30 or 10:30, sometimes it was at 9:30. I was playing those events, but when it changed to 11:30, I think it was really too much. Yeah, 11:30, I'd probably finish at somewhere
Two.
close to 2 o'clock or 2:30, and then after like 6:30, I wake up every day, irrespective of. Yeah, so basically, the 4 hours of sleep is not enough for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is like. And sleep is one thing you should never. I mean, you cannot have a sleep debt or something. Yeah, you should always
Sleep well.
sleep properly. Yeah, yeah.
And how was the last year for you? How would you sum it up?
Last year, it was okay. The first few months of lockdown was very tough. Like we were not sure what was happening. Yeah, in the sense like somewhere around March, I think we were
Yeah.
locked down. And these months, it was quite difficult, to get provisions even, yeah, provisions, vegetables, and so on, like normal stuff. You have to go outside,
Yeah.
and there were no delivery services. Yeah, so at that point, it was quite tough because. One thing I feel was like even if you take the pandemic very seriously, you wear mask, you wear gloves, and then you go outside. Sometimes you feel much disappointed when other people take it very lightly. Like
Yeah, yeah, I
they
can
don't.
relate to that feeling.
It is very difficult to deal with that kind of. I really don't understand that people's logic at this point. Like, okay, I mean, if you're getting infected, then you basically suffering for the next 2-3 weeks. Yeah, you have to stay like 14 days in complete isolation, and then you cannot do your normal stuff. I'm not completely sure. I'm not saying. I mean, if people, sometimes people can't afford it. Like, okay, I mean, if people can afford it, okay. If you can't afford, then okay, at least for them it is. I can understand it's quite difficult for them, life difficult for them. But people who can really afford it, people who are educated, yeah, they are not taking the pandemic seriously. It's a very difficult thing for me to understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
and those times it was quite difficult. Like the first March and April, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Those were quite difficult times because you have to. I mean, you have to make and running the household and so
Yeah,
on. A lot
yeah.
of stuff, yeah. And so those 2 months it was quite tough, yeah. And once I think from May onwards, I think there was some kind of routine for me, like to get back to chess.
Chess.
Yeah.
So you were keeping up with your practice.
No, keeping up practice is normal because I play a lot of correspondence. So that
Yes.
correspondence games is also going on. So that way, I mean, you're checking something every day. I think I have spent like a lot of. I mean, you have to check a lot for correspondence. Which direction to choose and so on. So that was anyway going on. Like correspondence chess was anyway going on. So at least I spend at least 2 to 3 hours every day. Yeah, so that was not a problem.
So
But
two
managing the household was quite tough in the first
few months.
few months. But after you get into a certain routine, yeah, like okay, you go out maybe once in 2 days or 3 days, and then you buy vegetables for next 4 or 5 days, and then you have your normal stuff. I mean, all the provisions you get for 10 days, and then you visit the supermarket once in 10 days. Once you have that kind of routine is set,
Then it
then
becomes easy.
then you're kind of all right. Yeah.
So you said that you spend like 3 hours every day on correspondence. You mean that you play a lot of games, or you just spend uh,
No, this somehow this year it was so difficult not to play OTP games. Yeah, And perhaps for this reason, I probably accepted to play more correspondence games. Yeah, I have something like 50 games running. Yeah, at the moment. Yeah,
Wow.
it's quite a lot for even for correspondence, normal correspondence players. I mean, you can manage like 25, 30 games at the moment. Yeah, but 50 games is quite a lot. Yeah, but this it's a kind of you're a little bit depressed that you're not able to play over the board games. Yeah, and then get me some action. Okay, correspondence be let it be. Yeah, okay, what to do. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you the only player from India who has played like so much of correspondence?
I think so, yeah. I think I also introduced GM Ramesh, yeah, to correspondence chess, yeah. I mean, I convinced him to join, and he also played for the Indian Olympic team, yeah. I think probably, yeah, maybe. Also, there is also playing the correspondence. I mean, not exactly Olympiad. Yeah, I'm just playing the preliminaries right now, and. Okay, it's correspondence is a different world altogether. You have a lot of time to play your moves, and it's more about choosing the correct direction. Yeah, sometimes you are analyzing like moves until 25, 30 before you think the variation. Yeah, I mean you have to really know where you have your idea and so on. Yeah, I think probably I'm the only one who's playing like a lot of correspondence games at least. In my opinion, it just I have something to to work on like every day,
Okay.
and it's helping me. I think it's it depends how you feel about such stuff. Yeah, if you feel like okay positive about correspondence, yes, why not? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. This is
yeah.
nice. So, I have three more questions. Number one, have you ever considered writing a chess book?
Actually, when during the start of the pandemic, I was considering it very seriously, and even I made a collection of my best games and so on. Yeah,
Wow.
and it no, but then I thought it's like it's quite a difficult thing to get these things going when you have so much other things going on. Yeah, and especially uh, okay. I mean, maybe I was seriously considering, but somehow I had the impression that I have a lot of you know. Uh, Put my house in order, like
Yeah, okay.
chess as a working on chess. Yeah, I thought with the pandemic going on, at least I know I'll not be playing for let's say next few months or so. So maybe some I had get a chance to put everything together. Like okay, I mean make some kind of proper report and so on. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean I've been doing this work quite normally, but this I thought it was an extra chance to to do it more accurately. Yeah, because in not playing at all, yeah, you don't have that kind of distraction and so on. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just need to keep upgrading your stuff, like what the top players are playing, and then at some point you kind of reach a reporter which is like more or less all right. Yeah, not many big. But book is certainly on my mind, and I
Yeah.
hope to do it like at some point. Yeah. But if I ever write a book about my best games or something like that, it'll have all the content. Yeah, not just best games. There will be a lot of
Behind the scenes
questions.
stories.
No, behind maybe anecdotes, but it's more like there are a lot of questions that people have about. I mean, even myself, I still have a lot of questions. For instance, try to understand my personality in the sense, what to eat. Like, for instance, it's a very important question for chess players. And I think very few players have managed to answer that question properly. Yeah, like to exactly get what eat according to your psyche, for instance. what is acceptable for you.
Got
Because
it.
one of the European club cup, three players from our team,
Mm-hmm.
Novi Bor, they kind of got poisoned by food poisoning. I was one of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this sometimes happens. Yeah, like okay, I mean, this is how can this happen? Like three players from the same team, and I don't know whether other teams had any problems, but just three players from. For some people it was all right, but for some others it was not good. Yeah, same food. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's a question that I probably address, and how to make preparation. It'll be not just a book on my best games. It'll be like I'm trying to it'll probably be some book with where there are a lot of questions. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
nice.
I'll try to address how it might turn out. Yeah, and not you write your game analysis and then okay, I did this, I did that, and this is happening, and not like that. Yeah,
It's going to be a
I
good.
certainly have a plan about it, at least for the
Nice.
moment.
So thank you for answering that. So I'm expecting some eclectic mix of different things which every chess player would be waiting for. So
Yeah, I mean, many things. Yeah, for instance, how do you handle the jet lag? Yeah, this is also another key question. Yeah, that
wow.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have thought about it. That's great.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best with that book. I hope it comes out soon. And
Okay, I mean, there's a lot of correspondence games for me still. A lot of action
waiting
is
for
going
you.
on, and hopefully there will be some more online events for me just this year. Yeah, it has been a good start, and hopefully, I mean, sometimes it feels a little bit tough, to not to play. Yeah,
Yeah.
this much this thing. And the only opportunity is for you to play online blitz or rapid. Yeah, that's it's a little bit. My personal opinions. I've been a big fan of classical and OTV chess, and
Yes.
now it's only just rapid and
Blitz.
online
Yeah.
chess. It's kind of tough for me, but I hope to get through it, and hopefully, we kind of have the vaccines, and hopefully everything returns to normal quite
Yeah. Yeah.
quickly.
So I like as you said in the beginning of the stream, maybe May onwards or April, May onwards, we could hope for over the board events to resume like everywhere.
I guess so. Yeah, that would be very nice. Yeah, and it
And
is.
during this Aerofloat event, I saw you with a book. Whenever there was a Blitz event, you would carry a book. So I want to know what are your three favorite non-chess books?
Sorry,
Non-chess
missed that.
books.
Recently, I finished Atomic Habits. Yeah,
James Clear.
by James Clear. Yeah, I think this was quite a good book. Yeah, and he says a very important point about life in general. Like when people start to stagnate or something, it's mainly because of boredom. Yeah, you get bored about so that would be my life's this thing. Like I can never get bored of chess. So basically, I think this would be. Chess keeps me happy, and okay, let's keep working on chess. That would be very nice. And this was, I think, but some of these days, like, okay, you feel a little bit off, like your mind is not working,
Mm-hmm.
and that was another important point I picked from the book. Even if your mind is working and you're not able to, see, let's say, you're not able to get, and the moves are not coming. Even in those off days, you find something that's useful to better your chess. Yeah, that would be a wonderful thing to do. Yeah, like
Yeah.
so those. I mean, it's a good way to approach life in general. Also, okay, chess matters more because you need to stay sharp all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and other three non-chess books. Deep Work made a great impression on me. Yeah.
Oh, Cal Newport.
Huh?
By Cal
Yeah, Cal
Newport.
Newport. Yeah, Cal Newport. Yeah. Actually, it was. I read this book at one of the toughest times of my life. Yeah, I was kind of losing a lot of rating, and this was, I think, 2016 Benas, yeah. And I was trying to make a comeback. And at that point, this book was Benas was actually one of the nicest tournaments to be, like because it's in a hill places, and this organization is very good. And but at the point I was trying to get back to the rating, and then normal chess and so on. And during the tournament, I was reading this book almost like every meal, like totally during every meal I was, and I finished the tournament halfway through. Like after 5 rounds, I finished the book. But even in the next 5 rounds, I still read the book for the second time. Yeah, it was so good, yeah. And how to to make how to make yourself. To create something like a deep work in chess, yeah, like when you find something, some brand new ideas and some critical lines, those kind of things, yeah. So that was one book. It helped me when I was in when my mood was very low, yeah, at that point, yeah. So that would be another book. And for light reading, I kind of like Jim Corbett, yeah.
Jim Corbett, okay.
Yeah, it's it's during the bedtime, you want to read something very light, and also it also gives the idea of about the people of India. I mean, he writes how people approached life, how simple they were, and it's basically about like there's Jim Corbett is a hunter, yeah. So like he killed man-eaters, yeah. So it's a fun read, yeah. I would recommend it.
So out of the ones you mentioned, this was the one I had not read at all. So I haven't touched Jim Corbett.
Those books are like to improve yourself, to get better, like 1% every day, like those kind of things. Yeah, I mean, to get better at life, and to approach life in general. But this Jim Corbett is kind of very light read. Sometimes I also read books by Sudhamurthy. Yeah.
Okay.
So not many just reading is kind of in general quite ingrained. Yeah. So,
in you, yeah.
Yeah, it's more or less like. I actually, when I finished Atomic Habits, I felt quite happy to have read that book. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, he says that once you create some small good habits, it's snowball into something really big at a later point of time. Yeah, this idea really impressed me. Yeah.
Yes, I love the stacking idea very much. Like
habit stacking. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's one thing to to read, and I think the main difficulty to put these ideas to work. Yeah, so that's where actually the real difficulty comes into play. Yeah.
Yes, and you are
so
right.
Hopefully, this difficulty can be solved, and to put actually to work. Yeah, or whatever is being read. Yeah.
Yeah. So the good result has come on this New Year season, so that is great. So do you have anybody to thank for all your accomplishments?
Generally, a lot of people I have to thank for, because first of all, actually, I have to thank my employers, ONGC, because at this when the lockdown started, we still have a lot of meetings. From our sports section and so on, and whenever I speak with them, it's always motivating. Yeah, this is very important. Yeah, for sports persons, I think it's very important to keep motivation. Yeah, especially when you cannot do your sport. Yeah, like for instance, this motivation, keeping the motivation is very important, and this. I mean, I think for all the sports persons, they have they have kept them motivated at this difficult time. Yeah, and of course my family and friends who believe in me that get especially when I was playing. Yeah, there's a lot of help from family. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
taking care of
indeed.
course and so on, and this stuff, and friends. Yeah, like okay, keep going. They also motivate me. Keep going at this time. We have this opportunity to play a tournament, and then try to make the best out of this situation and so on. Yeah,
Yes.
and I mean it's like this. I can never thank people enough. Yeah. Also, I think many Indian chess fans. Yeah, like okay. I mean, whenever when we had this decent
Asian nation.
performance in the Asian online nations. Yeah, a lot of fans were rooting for us. Yeah, so that
Yes.
also helps you to keep going. Yeah, working towards a goal, and then to getting better at chess and so on. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. So after the Olympiad and Nations Cup, I think a lot of players are coming to chess. A lot of people are coming to chess, and that
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
your fan base is also growing.
Thank you.
Okay, I had a great pleasure doing this interview with you, and I've asked all the questions. The one that I must share is that I really like your username on chess.com, which is G3God.
That has a slight backdrop, yeah, because I think it was probably 2010, I believe, yeah, and this we are all playing the World Team Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and this was myself, Hari, Ganguly, Adiban, Arun Prasad, and Gopal. I think, yeah, I
Okay.
think the sixth person was. Yeah, so those days there were six players in the World Team Championship,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing was like I was practically playing G3 against everything. I mean, after D4, knight f6, I was, for instance, King's Indian, I used to play the G3 system with this Fianchetto. And for Nimzo Indian, I would play this
Catalan.
Catalan on G3. And so it was very, by a strange coincidence also, I think I played G3 against Aronian and bet him in this tournament. Yeah. I
Oh.
mean, this was a slab, but I still played G3. Yeah. So it was here. I think Sakis left. Sakis, he was the coach of the Indian team, and he mentioned that. I mean, after the game, you are like the G3 god. Guy, he gave me this nickname, and everybody started calling me G3 god. So it's kind of this name stuck. Yeah.
It's beautiful. I
So
like it.
so it is from I think from 2010.
10.
I think that game name. Okay, I mean it's a pleasant memory. Yeah, like okay, I mean it's general, yes, especially like when you manage to beat some strong players and.
Yeah.
This name, so this name kind of stuck, yeah, and it's okay. I managed to keep it as my nickname here for.
Yeah, it is very appropriate. So thank you. And do you have anything to say? Any final thoughts?
I final thoughts is like I understand this is very tough period for everyone, like staying at home, and but it's important that people still should try to stay safe. Yeah, I mean not taking the pandemic seriously is a big mistake people are making at this point. Yeah, I had. I mean, especially when I go out, I have the very. I mean, when I don't see, I mean, see people like not wearing masks or like let's say, even if they're wearing masks, they take out the mask and then keep walking. I mean, for what is the purpose of wearing mask? You're not putting it on your mouth and nose. Yeah, like I believe that the virus goes inside your system through your respiratory tract. Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you're not covering it, then what is the point of really wearing the mask? Yeah, so I I hope people take the pandemic still quite seriously, even if they have vaccines or whatever it is. Until the time the government declares that you're completely safe from the virus, you still have to. I believe people have to take it seriously and just to stay safe and uh, try to get better at whatever you do. It's quite very difficult, easy to I mean very easy to say and quite difficult to to keep it going. Yeah, and also for kids at home, it's quite tough to stay inside home and then not to play with the friends and so on. Yeah, but try to take as much precautions as possible and try be safe and hopefully we can as a nation, as India, we can get out of this pandemic very soon and make 2021 much better than the year before.
Yeah. So thank you. I echo your thoughts. And you are on Twitter, isn't it?
Yes.
So people can follow you on Twitter. Your handle is GM Sasikiran, isn't it?
Yeah. That's right.
So you can also follow all his updates there. So thank you, Anna, for joining, and congratulations for winning the Rilton Winners Cup.
Thank you, Niranjan.
So I think with that we can wind up. Do you have things to say?
Yeah. Well, also I would like to wish all the viewers and to you too a very happy and prosperous New Year this year.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And stay safe. Yeah.
Thank you, Anna. Okay then. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah.